Mount Everest. Highest mountain. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain on Earth above sea level, standing at 29,032 feet, 8,848 meters. Two names. It's called Sagarmatha in Nepali, meaning Goddess of the Sky, and Komolungma in Tibetan, meaning Mother Goddess of the Universe. Formed 50 million years ago, the mountain was formed by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. Still growing, Everest grows about 4 millimeters each year due to ongoing tectonic movements. Named after Sir George Everest. Although he never saw the mountain, it's named after the British surveyor George Everest. Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa of Nepal, were the first people confirmed to summit Everest on May 29, 1953. Death zone, above 26,247 feet, 8,000 meters, it's known as the death zone where oxygen levels are dangerously low. More than 300 climbers have died on Everest since the first attempts, many of whom remain on the mountain due to the difficulty of recovery. The bodies of climbers who perished on Everest often serve as landmarks for others attempting the climb. The mountain has some of the harshest weather on Earth, with temperatures that can plunge to minus 60 degrees Celsius and winds reaching up to 200 miles per hour. Despite the harsh conditions, Everest has wildlife, including the Himalayan tahr, snow leopards, and yaks. The two primary climbing seasons are pre-monsoon, May, and post-monsoon, September. Since the 1990s, commercial expeditions have made it possible for non-experts to attempt the climb, with the help of Sherpas. The Sherpa people, native to the Himalayas, are known for their climbing expertise and ability to withstand high altitudes. Everest has two base camps, one on the north side in Tibet and one on the south side in Nepal. Longest time at the summit. Babu Chiri Sherpa spent 21 hours at the summit in 1999 without supplemental oxygen. Kami Rita Sherpa holds the record, summiting Everest 28 times as of 2023. Most climbers in a single day. On May 23, 2019, a record 354 climbers reached the summit, leading to a traffic jam. Oldest climber. In 2013, Yuichiro Miura from Japan reached the summit at 80 years old. Youngest climber. Jordan Romero of the USA summit Everest at 13 years old in 2010. Trash problem. Climbers leave behind tons of waste each year, including discarded equipment and litter, leading to cleanup campaigns. The Hillary Step. A steep rock face near the summit, named after Sir Edmund Hillary, was a significant obstacle until it was altered by the 2015 earthquake. Everest and the surrounding region experience around 200 minor earthquakes annually. First blind climber. Eric Weihenmayer became the first blind person to summit Everest in 2001. First solo climb. Reinhold Messner made the first solo ascent of Everest in 1980 without supplemental oxygen. Tallest point. Due to Earth's equatorial bulge, Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is technically the furthest point from the Earth's center, but Everest is still the tallest from sea level. Weather windows for summiting are rare, usually lasting only a few days. The area below the summit is known as Rainbow Valley due to the colorful jackets of climbers who have died there. There is only about one-third the amount of oxygen at the summit as at sea level. Though it remains dangerous, improved gear and knowledge have reduced the death rate. The average cost of climbing Everest ranges from $30,000 to $85,000 per person. The warmest temperature on the summit is still below freezing, around minus 15 degrees Celsius 5 degrees Fahrenheit. A 4G cell tower was installed near Everest Base Camp to help climbers communicate. Due to thin air, helicopters can't reach the summit but can hover at base camp for rescues. Climbers can now access Wi-Fi at base camps, thanks to providers setting up services. Skydive over Everest. Some adventurers skydive over Everest, taking in the incredible views from the air. Lakpa Gelu Sherpa holds the record for the fastest ascent, reaching the summit in 10 hours and 56 minutes from base camp. Most dangerous part, Khumbu Icefall. The Khumbu Icefall, just above base camp, is notorious for its constantly shifting, deadly ice. Many extreme athletes train on Everest for its challenging conditions. Each year, a marathon takes place starting at base camp, considered one of the toughest races on Earth. The popularity of commercial expeditions has caused long delays and overcrowding near the summit. Everest is often hit by jet stream winds, which can exceed 100 miles per hour. In 2018, more than 800 people reached the summit during a single season. A climber nicknamed Green Boots serves as a landmark at the summit after passing away during his climb. Avalanche hazard. Avalanches are a constant threat, particularly after heavy snowfall. First married couple to summit. In 1990, Peggy and John Flemons became the first married couple to reach the top together. First woman to summit. Junko Tabii from Japan was the first woman to summit Everest in 1975. Natural border. The mountain forms a natural border between Nepal and Tibet, China. A climbing permit from the Nepalese government is required and costs around $11,000. A lifelong dream for many. Despite the risks and costs, Everest remains an ultimate adventure goal for climbers worldwide.